Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this Gaur Purnima is coming within a couple of weeks. So wanted to discuss some glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Recently in our Srimad Bhagavatam class, one of the brahmacharis was sharing a very beautiful story. Wanted to start with that one. One time, Srila Prabhupada was in Los Angeles temple, and during the Los Angeles temple, when he was there, they were having Guru Puja, and they were singing, and the devotees were having very wonderful kirtan there, and the kirtan was going on very wonderfully, and Srila Prabhupada was in very wonderful mood, singing the glories of the Lord, chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, and eventually Srila Prabhupada started laughing, and first initially he was smiling, and then he was laughing. And all devotees became so ecstatic that Srila Prabhupada is loving the kirtan so much that they started the kirtan with great roar, and the kirtan was building up, building up, building up. And eventually Srila Prabhupada was laughing a lot. And after the kirtan got over, one of the devotees, he went to Srila Prabhupada and he asked Srila Prabhupada, did you like the kirtan? And Prabhupada told yes. And then this devotee asked again, the holy name, yes, the Lord's holy name is one of the things, and there is one more important thing with what Lord comes. Lord's beauty is one of his weapons. Lord's associates are his weapon. So these are his weapons with which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descends in this material world to deliver all the conditioned souls. So he comes with this very important weapon of holy name. His holy name is such an important medicine what he is giving, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving. What is this weapon doing? Other weapons, they kill the demon. They immediately kill. Hiranyakashipu was killed by Narsimhadev. Lord Ramchandra killed Ravana with his bow and arrow. Krishna killed so many of the demons, with his Sudarshan Chakra, Shishupal, and other demons like that. But here, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come. He has come and he is killing what? He is killing the sinful tendency which is residing in the heart of all living entities by the holy name. So when we take shelter of the holy name, when we take his weapon, when we take the medicine what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and given us, just by taking this medicine of holy name, what happens is all the sinful tendencies what are there in the heart, which are there from millions of births which we are carrying, all the sinful tendencies are killed off. They get vanquished from the heart when we just take shelter of this holy name. So it's such an important weapon actually what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bringing. There's one more shloka, Sankirtana Pravakta Sri Karma Chaitanya, Sankirtana Yagyatare, Bhaje Shrei Dhanya. Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the initiator of Sankirtan. One who worships him through the Sankirtan is fortunate enough. So what kind of fortune Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bringing? A living entity, he is suffering in this material world, birth after birth. And what is he suffering in? He is suffering in the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. This is the Chakravyu, or this is like a cycle which every living entity is in, is got trapped up in this cycle and is not able to come out of this cycle. But there is only one thing which can deliver, from this cycle is the holy name. Or when we remember the Lord, then only we can come out of this cycle of birth and death. And one who worships Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has come to give this holy name, this is such a great fortune for a living entity. A living entity is so fortunate enough, we can imagine ourselves, out of millions of people who are living in this material world, in this world right now, how many are coming and taking part by chanting the holy name of the Lord? Very few. Very few living entities are coming and taking part in this Sankirtan movement. And they are so fortunate. Why are they so fortunate? Because they are stopping themselves from going to hell. In fact, if they are stopping themselves from this cycle of birth and death, they are stopping themselves from coming out of the cycle of birth and death. So they are so fortunate just by coming in touch with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one's life gets totally transformed. And instead of going in a wrong direction, he's turning back his vehicle and is rushing towards going back home, back to Godhead, to take shelter of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there is this one more shloka. Ajan lambita bhujo kanakavataro sankirtane kapitaro kamlayataksho vishwambharo dijavaro yugadharma palo vande jagat priyakaro karunavataro. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityanand Prabhu, whose arm extend. Oh no, this is yeah, whose arms extend down to their knees, who have golden yellow complexion, and who have inaugurated the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Their eyes resemble the petals of lotus flower. They are the maintainer of the living entities, the best of the Brahmanas, and the protector of religious principles for this age, the benefactor of the universe, and the most merciful of all incarnations. So they are the most merciful incarnations who have descended to this world just to save all the living entities. Okay. Should we recite this one also? Anarpitam chiram charita karuna uttala kalo samarpitam yannata ujvala rasam sambhakti shriyam hari purata sundaruditi kadamba sandipita sada hridaya kandare spiritava Sri Sachinandanam. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no other incarnations has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellows of devotional service, the mellows of conjugal love. This is something which is very special what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give what each and every living entity is aspiring for. What is it that we are aspiring for? Love, yes. Love towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, love towards Krishna is something that each and every living entity or each and every devotee is aspiring for. And this love or this prema was not given any time by any other incarnation. Even Krishna himself never gave his love towards any living entity. He gave bhakti, but he never gave love towards other living entities. But here is Krishna who has come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he's giving out this love openly, actually, without making any differences whether a person is a boy or a girl or a man or an old man, even a dog or an animal. He's just giving his love to each and every living entity, whoever is coming in touch with him. So this is such a great benediction to be in touch with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or to be in touch with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You know, if you understand, the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been discussed by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in his wonderful book called Chaitanya Charitamrita. And if we understand what is the mercy Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bestowing to all the living entities, we should read this book called Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this book is written by none other than, who has written this book, Chaitanya Charitamrita? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And you'll be stunned to know at what age did he start writing the book. When he was at the age of 95, he started writing the books. And these books are displayed here. They are 9 in volume. They are 9 in volume. Can you understand writing such a great literature about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And this he started writing at the age of 95. So he actually, before writing this Chaitanya Charitamrita, he gets the blessings of all the Vaishnavas. All the Vaishnavas, they wanted that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories to be written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Why? Because he was the one who has received or who has heard the glories when Raghunath Das Goswami, when he was glorifying Chaitanya Charitamrita at the banks of Radhakund, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami attended his each and every talk with great faith, and he heard everything in great detail. And he could understand the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to full extent. And each and every devotee wanted that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories to be written, so that in the future his glories can be spread all over the world. And this was none other than, they choose none other than Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So he tells that, at the age of 95, all the Vaishnavas bestowed their blessings upon Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. In fact, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he goes to Madan Mohan temple to seek blessings of Madan Mohan. And when he's standing in front of Madan Mohan deities, what happens? A garland from the neck of Madan Mohan, it falls down. And immediately it is known that Madan Mohan also wants to bestow his blessings on Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, that he should start writing this great literature, Chaitanya Charitamrita, glorifying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's like so wonderful to understand that how can one receive the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can be received only when one is in the mood of servant. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was such a humble soul that he wanted to always be the servant of all the devotees. Never wanted to come in picture, like never wanted to come in limelight, but he always wanted to be a menial servant, seeking the blessings of all the devotees. One of the greatest qualifications, what happens by hearing the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he describes in one of the verses. याबे नहीं भुजे के हे सुनीते सुनीते ही अद्भुत चैतन्य चरिता कृष्ण उपजे प्रीति जानी बेरा सररीति सुनील भेद हयहिता. If one does not understand in the beginning, but continues to hear again and again the wonderful effects of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, what will happen to such a person? It will bring this, when we continue hearing the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what will happen is, it will bring love for Krishna in the heart. It will arise in the love for Krishna in the heart of the living entity. Gradually, one will come to understand the loving affairs between Krishna and the gopis and other associates of Vrindavan. Everyone is advised to continue to hear again and again and get greatly benefited by this. This is what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling in Madhya Lila in the second chapter, verse number 88. In fact, he starts glorifying that what happens once we start hearing the nectarian pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. O my merciful Lord Chaitanya, may the nectarian Ganges water of your transcendental activities flow onto the surface of my desert-like tongue. Beautifying this water and are the lotus flower to sing, dancing, and loud chanting of the Krishna's holy name, which are the pleasure abodes of unalloyed devotees. These devotees are compared to swan, ducks, and bees. The river flowing produces a melodious sound that gladdens their ears. So just by hearing the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one can very easily achieve what every living entity is aspiring, that is Krishna Prem, or the loving affairs, understand the loving affairs of Krishna and his dear devotees. But there is one condition what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami tells. Yeah. But there is one condition what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami tells. He tells that one should not engage in, one should not be so much engaged in taking pleasure in hearing the worldly talks. If he takes a lot of pleasure in hearing the worldly talks, then he cannot taste the nectar of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he will not get the full benefit. So when we want to achieve something, then we have to reject something. And what he tells that we should reject, he reject the worldly talks, or reject the prajalpa, which outside goes on and on. And then only our hearts can get transformed. Or else it's not easy that our hearts will be transformed. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he's exhibiting his great humility by telling that, whoever even hears my name, whoever hears my name. In fact, he tells a beautiful sloka in the 8th chapter of Adi Lila, telling Sri Krishna Chaitanya Deya Kareha Vichar Karite Chitte Paive Chamatkar. If anyone, if any logician or argument, who does arguments, he wants to understand how this logic can work, he should, come and try to understand this logic. He should try and apply his logic to understand the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you are indeed interested in logic and argument, kindly apply it to the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You try to apply it to the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you do so, you will find it strikingly wonderful. You will be stunned by the way Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given mercy. And what type of mercy Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given. Even a small dog, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was at the age of around 8, he was playing with his friends in the Ganges. And while playing with his friends, what had happened was there was a group of puppies who had assembled near these boys when they were playing. And all the puppies were so attractive to these boys that they started taking these puppies actually, and they were playing with the puppies. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had chosen a very special puppy, was looking so beautiful that he chose it for playing with him. And one of his friend, he became quite offended that why did you choose Nimai? He was telling Nimai, why did you take the best puppy? You should have given this puppy to me. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai, he told, you can also play with this. I have no problem with you, with this. You both can play with the same puppy. And they started playing. But this friend, he became little offended. And then he went to the house, Sachimata, and then he informed Mother Sachi, what had happened? Your son Nimai is playing with a puppy. He's a Brahmana, but he's playing with a puppy instead of taking bath in Ganges and coming back to the home. He's playing with the puppy. And immediately when Sachimata heard this thing, Sachimata came out and came to Nimai where he was playing. And he requested Nimai that now it's time that you are full with dirt. You have filled your clothes with dirt, you are rolling in dirt. Now it's time that you should go and take bath. And I will take care of these dogs. I'll take care of this puppy. In fact, Nimai was so particular about this puppy that he wanted that this puppy should be taken proper care. And Sachimata, knowing that it's very dear to Nimai, this puppy, so she was taking care. But she had to go inside to do her household duties. And just while doing the household duties, this puppy, because no one was paying attention to this puppy left, and he left that place. And immediately what had happened, after some time when Nimai had come to the home, he started seeing that the puppy is not there. And he started, telling to Sachimata, where is the puppy? And then, Sachimata started trying to search for the puppy, and they could not find where that puppy has gone. And immediately Nimai started crying, that, I want that puppy back. And Sachimata was trying to pacify and trying to search for the puppy. Eventually they could not find the puppy, but Sachimata could pacify Nimai by giving her nice sandesh and nice sweets and telling very beautiful stories of Krishna. And this Nimai, he got pacified eventually. And then we see what happened to this puppy. Just the next day in the market, people were stunned when they saw what they saw this puppy going in the market. And this puppy was raising all his hands, and he was chanting Hari Hari. He was chanting just Hari Hari. What he was chanting? Hari Hari, Hari Hari, Hari Hari, Hari Hari. And this is what he was chanting throughout the market. And everyone was so stunned that how is this small puppy is chanting the name of Lord Hari? And they were so stunned. And this, as soon as he was started chanting the name of Hari Hari, all his hairs on the body were standing on the end, and his tears were flowing by his eyes, and he was feeling such great ecstasy of the Lord just by chanting the name of Lord Hari Hari, that immediately the Vaikuntha plane descended actually and took this puppy with this and took him directly to the abode of the Lord Krishna. So just imagine what kind of mercy this small puppy had received from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That was the great mercy what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving. Now we see this beautiful picture of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What kind of mercy he is giving to the living, to the animals? Even the animals like tiger and deer, which are opposite in nature, when they came in touch with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, they started embracing each other. They started embracing each other. What happens when a tiger sees a lion? When a tiger sees a deer, what happens? Generally, they think, Mahaprasade Govinde. Like, right? They start thinking that this is my dinner time now. But here, what is happening? Both of them are actually embracing each other and they are dancing together. So, this is the mercy what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and given. So, he's removing this sinful tendency, or he's removing the tendency of envy within the heart of all the living entities just by chanting the name of Lord Hari. So, this is the great mercy what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given. He has delivered Jagai and Madai. Those were like most sinful personalities during that time. People used to be so afraid just to utter the name of Jagai and Madai, that even if they uttered or heard the name of Jagai and Madai, they used to go and take bath in the Ganges to purify themselves. If they even come in the shadow of Jagai and Madai, they used to immediately go and jump in the Ganges. That was the sinful tendencies or the effect of Jagai and Madai throughout the Navdeep time during that time. And that personalities, Jagai and Madai, were delivered by the mercy of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the mercy what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming and giving to each and every personality. So I wanted to discuss a few things about the external reasons of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's visit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. What is the external reason for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance is, the call of Advaita Acharya. He was calling, Advaita Acharya during that time when he was residing in Navdeep. And who is Advaita Acharya? Who is Advaita Acharya? Yes, he is an incarnation of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. And he himself, seeing the condition of all the living entities, what kind of what kind of condition they were. When, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to descend in Navdeep, so what did Brahmaji do? Brahmaji increased the opulences of Navdeep like anything, because the opulences of Navdeep had increased so much that it was very difficult for people to practice bhakti, and they were like doing every other thing other than bhakti. There were great brahmanas residing there. In fact, that was the place which was resided by all the brahmanas, bhattacharyas, and other great brahmanas. They were residing there, but none of them were chanting the name of the Lord. None of them were discussing the glories of bhakti at all, though they were reading Bhagavatam and other literatures, but they were not coming to any conclusion. They were coming to conclusion that they should enjoy in this material world very nicely. So that was the thing. And how they were enjoying, they were spending so much of their earnings just to make their children marry very nicely, or make, if they don't have children, then they were having their own pet animals and they were getting married, and they were spending millions of dollars in one way for getting this marriages done, and they were enjoying like anything. And that was the condition. There was not a single name of Krishna uttered in that place. And seeing this, Advaita Acharya was feeling great pain that he himself cannot deliver the conditioned souls which are there in this state. And he started calling, and he started praying to the Lord, praying to Krishna. And how was he praying? He was praying that he was watering the Shaligram Shila. He was taking the Ganges water and worshipping Shaligram Shila with tulsi leaves. And just by doing this thing, Lord, every day he was doing this thing, and every day he was crying that Lord Krishna should descend to this material world to deliver all the conditioned souls. So that's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to this material world on the cry of Advaita Acharya. So this is one of the reasons of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. And the second reason is, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami tells that to establish the Yuga Dharma, and what is the Yuga Dharma? He wanted to establish his Harinam Sankirtan. That was the time when Harinam Sankirtan, Yuga Dharma, was supposed to be established. And the third reason is to distribute the Prema Bhakti, what we were discussing earlier, that this Lord has come, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to distribute this Prema Bhakti. So these are the three external reasons by which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. And he has appeared in a Navdeep. And then Krishnadas Gaviraj Goswami explains three internal reasons of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. What are the three internal reasons? He wanted to understand the greatness of Radharani's love. That was something which was so inconceivable for Krishna. That how much is Srimati Radharani experiencing great love towards him. He wanted to experience that love. One time Krishna, when he was in Dwarka, he happened to see a pillar, and in that pillar he happened to see a very beautiful personality, and he was so stunned just by seeing this personality. Never, Krishna got stunned by seeing such a personality, and he happened to see that personality, and he got so stunned. And when he observed very carefully, this personality was very sweet. And it was like he was just not able to remove his eyes from this personality. And eventually he could understand that this personality was none other than he himself. That was the reflection on the pillar, what was reflecting. And he could understand that his own personality is so sweet that he cannot understand how much pleasure he's getting, how much pleasure his devotees are getting just by seeing him. And he wanted to taste he wanted to taste that sweetness. Actually, Krishna wanted to taste his own sweetness. What is his sweetness actually? So to taste Krishna's sweetness, own sweetness, Krishna descended actually. And the third thing is to taste the madhurya bhakti, or experience of what Srimati Radharani is experiencing. What kind of love Srimati Radharani is experiencing, that he wanted to experience. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended to this material world. This is like his internal heart for coming to this material world. So wanted to discuss few more pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his childhood pastimes. How they are very beautiful pastimes, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken birth when it was the time, there was a solar eclipse, and there was everyone was chanting. When there is eclipse, all people in India actually, they want to chant the name of the Lord so that they remove that inauspiciousness what is coming through the eclipse. And they always chant the name of Hari Hari. And during that time, it was like during that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to this world, through Sachi Mata. So Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra are the mother and father of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it was such a wonderful time that all the devotees were taking bath in the Ganges, and everyone in Navdeep was chanting the name of Lord Hari. And during that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took birth from from Mother Sachi. So this was such a wonderful way that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come to this world. There were demigods who were coming and praying, and they were bringing so many gifts to Sachimata that Sachimata never knew these women who were coming and giving the gifts. She knew few women like who were coming and giving the gifts, like Sita Devi. She had come. Advaita Acharya, as soon as he came to know that Jagannath Mishra had a son, immediately Sita Devi, she brought a lot of gifts for the newborn child actually, and she came to Sachi Devi and gave a lot of gifts. And there were so many women who had come, and and in disguise, all the demigods who wanted to take darshan of the Lord, they came and they took darshan of Lord Nimai, and they were so happy just by taking the darshan of Lord Nimai. One of his pastimes, here in this very beautiful photo, in this photo you can see how Ananta Shesh wanted to come and serve Nimai. And what had happened, Ananta Shesh, when Nimai became little older, Nimai was crawling around in the courtyard, and he happened to see his great devotee Ananta Shesh, who is lying around. And immediately, you can understand, Nimai wanted to enjoy his own devotee, and his own devotees association. So what did he do? He wanted to go and sleep on Ananta Shesh. So immediately he went and he caught this snake, and he was trying to sleep on the snake. And seeing this, all his parents, Shachimata, and all the ladies, they started chanting They were so afraid what will happen to Nimai. And they were crying and they were calling out what? Garuda, Garuda, Garuda is standing right here amongst us. They were chanting Garuda, Garuda, because Garuda, snakes are afraid of Garuda. And they were calling Garuda that if by taking the name of Garuda, this snake will go away. And immediately, Anantashesh could understand that his coming here is causing a great anxiety to the devotees here, to the mother of Nimai, or to the mother. And so immediately he started slipping off. But but our Nimai or Sri Gaurang Mahaprabhu was so fond of this snake that he was again and again and going and catching the snake, and trying to catch the snake. Immediately, as soon as the snake went little far away, Sachimata went and grabbed Nimai and started chanting protective prayers for Nimai, so that none of the things could come and affect him. There was this wonderful pastime of how these two thieves got delivered from by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a small child, Jagannath, uh, Sachimata had all offered him very nice necklace and golden ornaments on him. And seeing this, that these two thieves, they started making a plan that they want to rob Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so they saw an opportunity when immediately Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this small boy, he was away from his parents. They immediately took him and they put him on the lap, and then they started taking him all over Navdeep. They did not want that this child should cry, so they were giving him very beautiful sandesh, very beautiful sweets, and telling this boy that we will take you home, we will take you home. And immediately, this boy, these thieves were actually going all over the market. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was Nimai Pandit, he was very nicely relishing this pastime of going all over Navdeep. And then eventually these thieves were thinking that we will go to our hideout and then immediately, take all the jewels from this boy. As soon as the time came when they thought that they were at the hiding place, they could understand that something miraculous happened, and he happened to come exactly to the house of Sachimata. And then these thieves were so stunned that how does that happen? And then, as soon as Nimai was put down, he immediately ran and went to the arms of Sachimata. And this, he was telling that I got lost in the market, and these two personalities, they actually took me and they brought me here. Those two thieves, they got such a great mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that they were quite afraid that these parents will try to scold me because of we were trying to steal him. But then they wanted to reward Sachimata and Jagannath Mishra. They wanted to reward these two thieves, thinking that they have done such a great thing by bringing back such Gaurang Mahaprabhu back to his home. Just imagine our small child, if he gets lost, it becomes great amount of fear actually in the heart of the mother and father. What Sachimata had such a great attachment to to Nimai or to Gaurang Mahaprabhu, and he got lost, and there was such a great anxiety, and that anxiety was removed by these two thieves. So they received great amount of blessings. And in one of the photos of this, when Nimai was a small child, he was always crying. He was always crying, and there was only one way that he could be his cries could be stopped. And what was the way? Yes, chanting the holy names of the Lord. So all the ladies who were residing towards in the Navdeep, they were so attracted to this small boy because he was so beautiful that they never wanted that he should cry. And they were like always wanting that this child should be very happy. And then to make him happy, what they had to do? They had to always chant the name of Lord Hari. They always wanted to. He wanted to always hear the name of Lord Hari and Krishna. So they were always chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always was spreading the glories of the Lord Krishna's holy name. So this is such a great benediction what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give to every living entity. One of the pastimes is very beautiful pastimes. When Nimai was a small boy, he started eating dirt. As small children, when they go out, they play in the ground. What they generally do is they start eating dirt. And Nimai was little intelligent enough, and he started eating dirt from, and he was telling, and immediately Sachimata, she was very nearby. She could see that Nimai is eating dirt, and then immediately he stopped, Nimai from eating dirt. And Nimai started crying a little bit, and he was arguing with Sachimata. What was he arguing? He was arguing that, why are you stopping me to eat dirt? What is the problem in not eating dirt? See, we eat food, right? So Nimai was presenting this argument. We eat food. From where does food grow? Food also grows from the same land. Same dirt actually produces the food. So what is problem if I eat food or if I eat the dirt? If I eat the dirt, what is the problem? Both are one only. And Sachimata, when she heard this philosophy, that what Nimai is speaking, he's speaking Mayavad philosophy. He's speaking that from earth also it you can get grains. He was telling, Sachimata clearly clarified to Nimai that what is this you are speaking? This is all Mayavad philosophy what you are speaking. You can by eating mud, what will happen? Your stomach will start paining. But by eating the food which is getting transformed from growing from the dirt, you get nourished actually. You get fulfilled. Your hunger is satisfied. So both are not same actually. And then Sachimata immediately tells that this is not the philosophy what has been taught here. Our Vaishnava philosophy is Achinta Bheda Ved Tattva, not Mayavad philosophy, that we become one with this thing. So immediately Sachimata made Nimai understand that eating dirt is different than eating the sweets actually. And then there is this pastime of Sachimata, after some time what had happened, I'm not going in detail about how his brother Vishwambhar actually, he took sannyas. Vishwaroop actually, he takes sannyas. As soon as he comes to know that, he wanted to, his parents wanted him to get married, he goes and he takes sannyas. And seeing this, Jagannath Mishra actually becomes very disheartened in his heart. And he never wanted that Nimai should study ahead. In fact, when Nimai starts going to school, after some time, Jagannath Mishra did not want that he should go to school. He was giving this argument that if he goes to school, what will happen? He will understand that this material world is not a perfect place for a living entity to live. And as soon as he understands that, and that there is no enjoyment in this material world, renunciation is the best thing, and doing bhakti is the best thing what has been prescribed in the scriptures. So as soon as he comes to know, then he will completely renounce this material world. So Jagannath Mishra, he never wanted that Nimai to again study in the school. And so he took out from, he asked Nimai that he should be not going to school anymore. And Nimai became very very naughty during that time. What kind of naughtiness he used to do with his friends? At the Ganges, when Nimai was not allowed to go to the school, he used to go to Ganges and he used to go inside and swim for 6 hours. 6 hours he was there in Ganges, just swimming, and he was troubling everyone. The Brahmanas who used to come and do Gayatri there used to go under the water and grab the feet like a crocodile, and pull them inside the Ganges. Immediately, this Brahmana will get so angry, and then immediately wanted to see what is happening, and then sees that it was Nimai who had done this mischievous thing. In fact, Nimai became so mischievous that he used to remove. In India there is different banks for taking bath for the men and the women. So what he used to do, he used to take all the clothes of the men and put it on the women's bathing ghat, and all the clothes from the women bathing ghat and put on the men's bathing ghat. So it became such a great challenge. The men and the women who are there in the Ganges, they were like they were so astonished. Now what they are supposed to do? And immediately, they were feeling like how Nimai is trying to trouble them. And immediately they used to pray to Nimai that please return our clothes back. And Nimai used to, after a long time, he used to return their clothes back. So this was like some very naughtiness things what Nimai was doing. And then Nimai was not allowed to study. So at one time, what did Nimai do? Nimai immediately one day when Jagannath Mishra had gone to different town for some other household duty, Nimai immediately went and sat on this discarded pots, telling that how will I know the difference, what is clean and what is not clean. So if you don't give me knowledge, how will I understand what is proper and what is not proper? And immediately Sachimata and others, they started telling, others, they gathered during this place and they started telling Sachimata that you should allow our Nimai to go and study actually. Our children, they want to go and, they don't want to go to school, but we are pushing them to go to school. And your child, he wants to go to school and you are not allowing him to go to school. So this is not proper. So immediately actually Nimai is allowed to go to school after this. So this is some. These are the beautiful pastimes of Lord Nimai actually. Lord Gaurang Mahaprabhu, what he did at the bank of Ganges. There's so many pastimes. There's so one beautiful thing about this hearing this Chaitanya Charitamrita is one thing that Srila Prabhupada, when did he give this? He wanted that each and every person should read this special literature or the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have Chaitanya Charitamrita here, and in fact, if you are interested, you should take this book. This is such a auspicious time that if you read this book very nicely, you will come to know the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like anything, and how he has delivered so many living entities actually. He has given a special mercy to everyone, and his special mercy comes through one of the beautiful songs, which Lochandas Thakur sings in this song, Parama Karuna Bahudi Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra. Sab Avatar Sara Siromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. Every living entity who is looking forward for happiness, that happiness is being provided by these two personalities, Sri, uh, uh, Sri Nitai and Sri Gaurang Mahaprabhu. They are none other than, who are these personality? They are none other than Krishna and Balram actually, who had descended to this world just to give this special mercy. And what are they telling? Bhajo bhajo bhahi Chaitanya Nitai Sudruda Vishwasa Kori. With great faith, just worship these two personalities, Chaitanya and Nitai. What will happen? And what is one condition they tell? Vishaya chadiya sera se majia mukhe bolo hari hari. Just give up this tendency of enjoying in this material world and just chant the name of Hari Hari with your mouth. And by this thing, you'll achieve the one of the best things is you'll achieve the love of Godhead actually, what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give. देखो अरे भाई त्रिभुवन नाही हेमो न दयाल दाता पशु पक्षी जुरे पाशना विधरे सुनी जरा गुण गाता. So he's making this living entities, Pashu Pakhi Jure, Pashana Vidhare, Suni Jara Gunagata. He's such a merciful personality that in these three worlds there is nothing what a living entity wants, what he's not coming. What Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving is so great actually, the holy name, that it is so great. There is nothing. There is one more song in which Bhaktivinoda Thakur tells very clearly that in this material world you'll find nothing. Naam bina kichu nahi aare, chauda bhuvane aare. This in this 14 planetary system there is nothing but the holy name of the Lord. So that holy name Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu are coming and giving. So these are very beautiful songs which glorify Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityanand Prabhu. So we are so fortunate that our Srila Prabhupada, he has come, he has been an ambassador for spreading the name and glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has come at the age of 69, 65, and he's spreading this wonderful teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's like such a great benediction for us that he's allowing us to chant the name of Lord Krishna and Lord Gaurang Mahaprabhu. In fact, recently when we were hearing in one of the Bhagavatam classes, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj tells that one is such a great if a personality, if any person gets a chance to utter the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or hear the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what happens to that personality? His all sinful activities, whatever he has committed, they get vanquished actually. Just by what? having little faith in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Just by having little faith that by worshipping these personalities, Bhajo Bhajo Bhai, Chaitanya Nitai, Sudruda Vishwasa Kori, having that faith that, just by worshipping these personalities, what will happen? All, Vishaya Chadiya, we just have to give up our sinful tendencies actually. We just have to give up our enjoying tendency. And what happens is, Vishaya Chadiya, Sera Se Majiya, Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. Just by chanting the name of Lord Hari, all this sinful activities what we have committed, they vanquished, and we receive the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. जय श्री श्री राधा गोविंद देव की जय, श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय. Hare Krishna. So we are so fortunate that we heard the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'll just end with one shloka. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Advaita Bhakta Vrinda Seri Dhari Sabera Charana Sarupa Rupa Sanatana Raghunatera Sri Charana Duli Karana Mastakat Bhushana. According to the Parampara system, I wish to understand the dust from the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu. All the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like Sarup Damodar, Rup Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, I wish to take the dust from their mercy upon my head. In this way, I will be blessed with their mercy. This prayer will end so that we receive the blessings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. One very important thing is best thing what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and give is the holy name. So we have a great responsibility to chant this holy name as much as possible and receive the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. जय श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna. I am only telling Jai for me. Hare. Hare.